Hi everybody, welcome to Talk-ohhh-Challenge. My name is Sarah, I'm the artist behind Pinselgeschichten, and today I'm making kind of a surprise painting because I'm using a word generator, finding a word and then create a painting around it, and you can watch along what, well, my mind does, and I'm trying to explain as much as I can what kind of thoughts come into my mind while doing so. But before we start, let me very quickly wish you a very happy new year. It's 2016 and well, we are just starting off a new year. Let me get my word generator, that trusty machine. And the word of the day is word, not an old one. New word, oh gosh. Okay, can you read it? I cannot pronounce that, I think. Verbarhonveacuted? I don't know. The Hungarian army in the Revolution War of 1848, 1849. Oh boy. I need to get my translation tool because I'm not sure what this word actually means. I mean, I do understand the explanation, but I want to know what the word means because maybe I know it then. But what was it? Oh, Verbar. Ah, gosh. This is starting great. Yeah. And now. And then the word generator, the translation tool says, oh no, I don't know that word. Yeah, like I said, don't know that word. Okay, and it doesn't give any, because I wrote it wrong. There's no R here. This is the longest word ever. Gosh. And then was there a... No, that's right now. Now it should find it. If it knows the word. And it doesn't know the word. Okay. That sucks. So I'm just gonna go... The Hungarian army in the Revolution War of 1848, 1849. I mean, I could... I could look up history. I'm not really familiar with the Hungarian War. Like, for example, what kind of, what's it called? Uniforms. What kind of uniforms they had. I don't know that. But I could make something up. Since the word is quote-unquote only the starting point for the painting. I mean, in earlier paintings, I also didn't know what a flower or I don't know what looked like, so I just made one up. But if I go with the Hungarian War, end of 19th century, I could maybe just have, I don't know, a very loose painting, like, I don't know the format yet, so I'm saying rectangle, I don't know, and just a bit of grass or a field here, a meadow, whatever you want to put in there. I think I would go with something olive green maybe, and then just have maybe, I don't know, 18th century, 19th century, having a dude kneeling, and this is so not accurate, but it's just the sketch, and then another one like that, and so on and so on and so on, getting almost smaller, and then to the right hand side have dudes standing, like first row, second row, and just have them very, not very detailed, but just like hinting at them. I think I could go with red uniforms, maybe that would work. And then here, maybe just have some fog or something, so they cannot really see their opponent. That could work. Yeah, I think it could work. Because and if I put in fog, I don't have to put in any other details, like in the background hills or whatever, because I have no reference if there was a super famous battle maybe, or if it was like a real platoon, or if it maybe was more like a guerrilla kind of army, I don't know. So I just say I'd have a very loose painting of a, I don't know, foggy November morning, with a few people, few soldiers just being hinted at, not staying with any details, but being very loose. Like, for example, having the uniforms here just be a red line, then have a smaller line for the legs, or a different kind of colored line. So I think that could work. But I actually like that idea. Yeah, why not? So if I'd say I'd use white, red, indigo, and green for the main colors, have a bit of white and black, of course, because these are not really colors. I'm so knowledgeable. I think it would work nicely, not with a white background, but with a colored background, like, I don't know, a grayish background could definitely work nicer with the fog there. So, it's gonna be in the Saturday vlog. I did already say it in the last vlog of last year. I'm trying to theme my months. So January is acrylics, meaning that I would try to paint that with acrylics, which I think would benefit to the it having just it not being a realistic style, but being just very broad strokes for the soldiers. And I do have canvas that is gray, so it's an unprimed canvas, just pure linen, and it's gray. It's not white like gessoed canvases are. So I could use one of these canvases, because they're paintings where you leave out a lot, meaning you don't cover the whole canvas with color, any kind of a color, works out really nicely. So I could just add in a bit of white or grayish white for fog, a bit of green for I don't know, let's say the landscape meadow, whatever you want to call it, the battlefield, and then have red and indigo for the soldiers, and just have a tiny dot of light ochre for any skin tones there. So it would be a very muted, very, I'd say, loose kind of a painting. And I think it could fit to the word. I wish my dictionary would know that word. I'm really curious what it actually means. So, but anyway, so I'm gonna go for it. I do have, if I remember correctly, I'd have to go outside into my storage part of the studio. I do have 40 by 40 centimeters gray canvas. I'm sure of that. I think I do have 20 by 50. So I would prefer a rectangle to a square. But it might be that I also have other canvas sizes. So I gotta check out what I do have. But I will just go there now, choose a canvas, and then get my acrylics together, and you can watch along. The team comes together, and then I'm gonna come back and talk a bit about what worked, what didn't work, what was maybe kind of difficult, and what was totally easy, and how I like the outcome. So stay tuned, enjoy watching along. you have it. This is my painting for the unpronounceable speakable word that is about the Hungarian army end of 1900s. So as I said, let me bring in the sketch. I changed a tiny thing but stayed mostly with the sketch. So having the ground here, soldiers in that part of the canvas, not covering the whole canvas up, and having lots of fog down here. Now I changed the kneeling soldiers to marching soldiers only. So you have like 1, 2, 3, 4 rows or 3 rows depending. And yeah, they're just marching with their guns with bayonets up and well, leave into the foggy distance. So that's what I wanted to achieve here. It worked quite nicely on the unprimed canvas. I did have a bit of trouble with the fog. Ground and soldiers were done quite easily because they're not really detailed. There's not much to them. It's actually just dots of color. But with the fog up here, I had to water the acrylic paint down quite a bit, so to achieve fog and not have it look like snow or something. And it didn't dry as smooth everywhere like it did in this section here. Down here it looks way more blotchy and almost like water, but you could also say it's maybe already a bit of gunpowder clouds within the fog. So I think it still kind of works. The painting is very not dull, but the red is the only color in there, the only bright color. It's very muted, I'd say, and the grayish natural canvas enhances that effect quite a bit. But looking at it from like farther away, like on the screen up on the camera, I actually, yeah, I think I still was able to achieve some depth there, because since I didn't have the fog here being white but more grayish greenish, it almost looks like the path goes like this in a slight bend. So I didn't do that on purpose, but it actually helped producing depth and having the feeling of distance in the painting. So this was a rather quick one. You saw at the beginning that I put quite a bit of color on my palette. I didn't use a third of it, so it was very few color actually, and I painted 1.5 Palettendreckbilder with the rest of the acrylics, so they didn't go to waste, don't worry. But that is my painting. What do you think? Did you know the word? Did you come up with maybe something similar or something totally different? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you have any questions or other comments, please leave them as well. I really appreciate that. And I will see you tomorrow with a new painting. It's gonna be acrylics again because January, so I made another acrylic painting for tomorrow. And thanks again for watching. Have a wonderful, great, lovely day. And if you happen to like this video or want to share it with your friends, hit that thumbs up button and, well, share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more art videos. I do have videos every day of the week, Sunday being the board game videos. All the other days have to do, well, they're more related to art videos there. Have a very good one. Bye bye.